So I just got done watching the Kamen Rider Geats PunkJack special. Now, if you don't know what this is, a couple of months ago or a month ago, there was this Kamen Rider talk show thing that they did, and they announced a couple of things, and two of the things they announced, they would go on the Toei Tokusatsu fan club site, YouTube channel that they do, was two specials that would be Geats related. One of them would be a PunkJack special, and the other would be a Kamen Rider Tycoon meets Shinobi, where Keiwa would meet all the different Shinobi-based riders. Now, the PunkJack special dropped near the end of May, but it took a while to get subbed. But the Tycoon special is dropping near the end of June or mid-June, so we'll be seeing that special very soon later down the line. But I just got done watching the PunkJack special, and I want to give my thoughts / review, discussion, whatever you want to call it, because I really enjoyed this special. So you're probably wondering, do you need to watch this special if you're a fan of Kamen Rider Geats? Well, if you're a fan of Geats, then I highly recommend checking out this special. Now, is this special important to the plot of Geats? Yes and no. If you want to find out how Win got his memories back, then this special will have those answers for you. But this special also goes into the backstory of Win and how he became a staff member of the Desire Grand Prix. Now, I'm a huge fan of PunkJack. I really like the suit. I really like the character Win. And learning about his backstory in this special was really cool, because not only that do you learn his backstory, but you also learn the behind-the-scenes goings of the Desire Grand Prix and what the staff members do, because they're not basically mindless drones. They're actually people who are given jobs to work for them, and they do a lot more than I actually thought. I mean, you actually see what happened when players get eliminated from the game and lose their memories. They get strapped down and they have a device probed to their head and it electrifies them and they lose their memories. You find out what the cleanup crew do when a dead body is on the scene, where they rush in and they sort of clean up all the blood on the pavement, because you actually get to revisit Buffer's friend dying, and they have this extra scene added in there where Win and the cleanup crew come in there and they start spraying down the pavement to get all the blood, because you know you can't leave anything behind of what actually happened, so they've got to clean up. Now, there's also some really interesting things that they elaborate on, and that is the eliminated players, what happens to them once they leave the game and they go back to leading their normal life, because the special starts off with Niram talking to Win, and he says, that Giori guy went a little bit crazy, he shouldn't have done that, but you're welcome to join the game if you want. And if you've seen the show, you kind of know what happens. But when we learn about Win's backstory, we find out that he was in a band, and the band was breaking up and going nowhere. You've got this one friend of Win that was basically wanting to continue the band. He's got a pregnant girlfriend, but he wants to continue those dreams of being a rocker. And Win is in a mountain of debt, so his grandfather makes him become a staff member of the game, which Win didn't know what he was getting into. And that's when I said earlier, you sort of go into like the happenings of what the staff members do, like I said, cleaning up, putting the loot crates together, and the cleanup crew. And it was really cool to see that aspect of the Desire Grand Prix, because you never see it. Like, you wonder what they do, and this was a cool backstory to learn about them. But Win's friend, he gets thrown into the game because he wants to win, and he feels like if he wins, he can make everyone super famous, and that way they'll be set for life, and that way they can continue their dreams of being a rock band, but also continue on looking after their family, because they'll be set for life. But because the character tries running away, Win's friend, he basically gets eliminated and taken out of the game. And there's this scene where Win goes to visit him the next day, but he doesn't care about being a rocker or a rock star or anything like that. And Samori then explains, saying, once they're eliminated, their spark is gone. And that spark is with their ID core, and once that spark is gone, they no longer have those dreams or desires to continue what they wanted to do or get their goals. So he's basically thrown his dreams of being a rock star away. And that kind of leaves an impact on Win, because he's like, that was basically that dude's life and he took it away from him. So the ID cores are like the soul of a person, their goals, their motivation, their dreams. And with the ID core having their goals and dreams and motivations trapped inside of it, when they go back to their normal life, that motivation isn't there, so they just do what they did before they were doing before that, which is an interesting note. So, near the end of the special, you have a bunch of staff members that decide to riot against Giori, and one of the ID cores in there that they steal, because they say, hey, we've stolen all these ID cores, it should be enough spark to get our wish granted with all these goals and dreams inside of it. Well, Giori's there, and Giori basically claps on all of them, but he claps on them unhensioned as well, like in basically civilian mode, he's able to freaking clown on him. But he gives Win the ID core for PunkJack and the beat boost buckle, and Win gets this motivation to continue on Hiroki's dream, his old bandmate's dream, to keep pushing forward. So that's really cool, that like you have this really cool fight scene where PunkJack is able to defeat all of them in his beat form, and you see him use the guitar and start beating down the traitors, and Giori's like, oh, without your help I wouldn't be able to figure out the traitors, because we knew that some people were being a little bit suspicious, and this is all thanks to you, so you can work for me now. And then at the end of the episode, it basically picks up where episode 2 left off on, where Ace had become a big celebrity, and he says Giori basically, because this is when Giori has his big hate boner for Ace, and he's like, be aware of that man, PunkJack, he's going to be very dangerous. And Win's like, how dangerous is he? We have yet to find out. I want you to deal with him when the time comes. That's probably a little bit over dramatic, but Win's like, yeah, we'll see. And then he narrates saying, oh, I would have dealt with Ace, but Ace changed my life when I met him. And that's where we are now. So the special ends with, like I said, Win gets his memory back after talking with Niram, and Niram says a storm is coming, but Win says, hey, I'll team up with you guys, or I'll get my memories back and become a rider again, but I'm not going to be a pawn to your staff. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to fight for what I want to fight for, and I'm going to do what I want to do. So that explains his position now, why he's sort of like hanging around Samori and going on all those adventures. So that's pretty cool to see like him come back. So that was great. But yeah, PunkJack special, that's pretty much where it ends. Overall, I had a lot of fun watching this. Like I said, PunkJack is one of my favorite characters. Win's a really cool character. And to learn his backstory in this episode was great, because we get to dive into his backstory. And like I said, we get to see what the staff members do. And I hope we get more specials like this later down the line, focusing on other characters, like maybe the supporters and stuff like that. Maybe other sponsors, and learn about them. You never know. But this special was great. I really enjoyed it. Got a kick out of it. Like I said at the start of the review, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It's a cool, neat little side thing that they're doing. Nothing too plot heavy if you skip out on it. So I just had a lot of fun watching it. I don't know if you guys have checked it out yet, if you're watching this review or not. But if you have watched it, what did you guys think of this special? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.